we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Let's talk about the 3 important areas of life when it comes to this idea of having it all. The first one is money. It's what? Money. So we talk about this conversation of wealth, and the amount of wealth you have determines the number of options you have. So if you want to have more options in life, you need more what? Money. Which means that you should all be striving to become experts at money, financial geniuses. It's not for other people, it's for who? Right now, take your finger right now, give it a wave in the air, put it right on your heart and say, I'm a financial genius. Now, how many of you are like, wait a second, that feels like a total bullcrap lie. In fact, I don't even know how to do a budget. Budgets piss me off, and I want to be a little bit reckless with my money. If you want to create something new, you need to start with something new. So I'm going to give you some new ideas, and when they're new and when they hit you, when they're gold nuggets, you want to write them down, because what I'm doing is I'm helping giving you a brand new mindset, a mindset that will open doors for you and produce opportunity. Here's the first one. I'm a financial genius. Now, by the way, if you believe you're a financial genius, and you're like, that's really weird, I'm a financial genius, but I am so unread, I'm so financially uneducated. What would a financial genius do if they believed that they were a financial genius? What would they do? They'd start studying. What else? Hello, what do financial genius people do? They get educated. They should probably go to 4-day long events called Unleash Your Financial Destiny and meet financial geniuses so you can hang out and have proximity to financial geniuses. How many of you think that would be a good use of your time? Say aye. Aye. Awesome. I'm a financial genius. And if you want to have it all, this quadrant right here of wealth, it means that real estate, business, personal achievement, personal success, you need to become an expert in that space so that you can rock and own your results there. The second area of life is your body. It's your health. Is there any type of connection between money and health? Yes. Talk to rich people at the end of their life, and when they're dying, how much of their money would they trade to be young again? How much of it? Interesting. So by the way, you're not at the end of your life. You're not old yet, but you're working on it. We're mortal. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, which would mean that when would now be the right time to start taking care of your body? Now. When would you want to get in optimal health? Now. Can you be in peak health in your 20s and 30s? Yes. What about your 60s? Yes. So you can be in peak health for the entire portion of your entire life, yes? Yes. It's weird. You'd probably live longer. You'd have more opportunities. And by the way, healthier people, do they have more options in life? Yes or yes? Yes. Awesome. So how many of you think that that's part of wealth? Friends, we're going to be redefining wealth because some of you think it's just a money game. But I'm telling you that if you're crushing it in one area and you're missing it in the other, you're going to be unhappy. So health, how important is it? A little or a lot? A lot. Okay, and then the top area is one of my favorites. It's connections. It's our relationships. And the most important relationship on this planet is which one? You want to take that magic finger, put it on your heart, and say, it's me. Friends, you're the one in general, especially if you're new to personal development, you are probably most disconnected to who you are. You're experiencing identity crisis. You guys know what an identity crisis is? It's believing, first of all, well, I must be my body, so I need to work it out a lot. I need to make my muscles big. I need to be fast. I need to be strong. But let me ask you, are you your body? Are you your body? Because if you build an entire identity around that, are you going to get shortchanged on opportunities in life? Because the moment that your body gets old, what happens to your psychology? What happens when body breaks down? What happens to psychology? If you make your entire identity out of your body, you're screwed. Because we're all going to die. If you make your identity all from money, what's the shortcoming on that? When you don't have as much money as you want, how do you feel? You equate your self-worth, your self-value with your net worth or your annual income. Most people do this. It's really weird. So you have someone who makes $30,000 a year, and then they meet someone who's a millionaire. And how do they feel around them? Comfortable or uncomfortable? And then we make up all these bullcrap lies that basically say the pride of the rich. I'm going to tell you the pride of the rich is very different than the pride of the poor. Just personally speaking, I don't have any stats on this, the pride of the poor, it massively outweighs the pride of the rich. Rich people are misunderstood because we don't know what it's like to be them. I'm gonna go hang out with my buddies. I call up my chauffeur. He's driving me to go hang out. I'm gonna play video games with my buddy. And on the way, he says, Kris, bring some pizza. And instead of stopping for pizza, I have someone go and bring us the pizza. Why do I do that? Because when you look at the value of my time, literally the value of my time, in real estate, I average somewhere, depending on how I'm working my deals, I average between $20,000 and $50,000 an hour. Do I need to be here, by the way? So why am I? It's because if I created my entire identity from money alone, I'd be a very different person. The reality is, I am not my body, I'm not my relationships, I'm not my mind, I'm not my emotions. So part of helping you tap into way more wealth is going to be understanding who you really are.